The Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office released new recordings and documents tonight about the death of Senior Airman Roger Fortson. But they're so heavily redacted, they really provide little new information. Now, Fortson, of course, was shot to death at his apartment by an Okaloosa County deputy on May 3rd. That deputy was responding to a domestic violence call at the Elon apartment complex. The deputy knocked on Fortson's door and announced they were with the sheriff's office. Fortson then opened the door, holding a gun. The deputy shot him 6 times, and Fortson later died at a hospital. Yona Gavino joining us now live in the studio. And Yona, you've gone through these documents and that 911 recording released today. Still a lot we don't know.
Bob, and that's because the documents in the 2 audio recordings we were given by the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office were so heavily redacted. Take a look. This is the incident report. It's about 30 pages long, but you can see most of the pages and information completely blacked out.
It's a tragedy that made headlines and drew national attention. The deputy-involved shooting death of Senior Airman Roger Fortson earlier this month. The 23-year-old was in his home in Fort Walton Beach when he was shot by an Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office deputy. His death drew the anger of civil rights activists and national scrutiny on the moments that led to his death. Documents and audio we obtained include the initial call to the sheriff's office requesting service to Fortson's apartment complex and the incident report completed at the time of the shooting. That incident report is almost entirely redacted. The only information that's visible is that deputies responded to a disturbance at the Chez Elon apartment complex on Racetrack Road in Fort Walton Beach. The report does identify that the deputies responded to Unit 1401, which is Fortson's apartment. A 911 call was also released. The bleeps are also redactions.
911, what is the address to the emergency? What's the fire department there?
Police, please.
And what's the unit number?
They've been arguing for almost an hour now.
So we have deputies on scene with that, ma'am.
Okay.
Can I just, for my one call, could I just get your name and the phone number you're calling from? Okay. Have you heard anything else other than the arguing?
Yeah, I just heard, like, I promise you, it sounded like 3 or 4 gunshots, and then a bunch of running and screaming.
Okay.
And I know there's a kid up there.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm freaking out.
Yeah, we have our deputies on scene there with them now.
You can hear in this second call, the caller said she heard fighting that sounded like it began to escalate.
It sounded like it was starting to get out of hand.
Okay, and you know if it's verbal or
like
physical?
a man and a woman. That she said that it sounded like it started getting physical, so I'm not really sure.
Again, those 2 calls you just heard are part of initial calls reporting a disturbance at Fortson's apartment complex. We should note Fortson was alone in his apartment when the deputy got there and was on a FaceTime call with his girlfriend. The Fortson family has since hired civil rights attorney Ben Crump. Crump says the deputy went to the wrong apartment.
The sheriff's office says the audio recordings and these documents have been redacted according to state law. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is still investigating the shooting. Bob?